guys, it's Big D here. We are working on the 240 today, getting ready to slide the motor forward so we can pull the trans out of it and go ahead and get the new clutch put in it so we can hopefully make it to this event coming up in the beginning of October. I'll come back with some updates.
Alright, so we got Big D's 240. The process of getting everything ironed out on this. And check it out, there's my boy Josh over there. Trying to get this transmission taken apart, and got a lot of new parts to put in. Should go slide forward now. There it is. Yeah, muscle it out. There we go. Yeah. Now I'll lower the jack on the back. Alright, so explain, what are we doing, man?
Trying to get this transmission out of here, but it's a little bit too big for the trans tunnel, so we're having a pretty tough time getting it out.
So what happened to the car?
Not 100% sure. Driving down the road one day, it just started, clutch started acting up, slipping pretty bad, so couldn't get it in any of the gears, got it home, relieved some pressure, and ever since then, anytime that gets into power in third or fourth gear, it just immediately goes up to the limiter on the slipping the clutch. So trying to get a new clutch in here so we can make it this event coming up soon, and other than that, that's about it. It's fighting us every step of the way.
Alright, so what's going on?
So we've looked at it, we've tried, we've done everything that we possibly can to get this thing to come out without having to pull the motor, because that was just a step we weren't trying to have to take. Unfortunately, this thing's got to have to come out to get the transmission out front of the car and do everything we need to do. Unfortunately, so we're gonna kind of stop what we're doing with the transmission and unhook everything and get this thing ripped out of here, and we'll be right back.
Not how you planned your night going, but what we got?
It's almost out. Just dropped the trans completely now that the motors came forward. Motor mounts are off. Just getting the last fuel line off so that we can hopefully lift this thing up and out and see what all happens.
All right. Clear the front.
Start rolling back.
The current sensor was still plugged in, but thankfully it had enough reach that it couldn't go far enough. Alright, help me pull it back down. I'll go over here.
Alright. We need to come up more, we need to come on the back. Probably just pick on the back, huh?
Yeah, probably should pick on the back. Be careful with the chain back there, so it's that line.
Yeah. I got it.
We're about 2 inches.
Okay, with the rest of the radio. I just don't want it to like come too far back in.
We're clear. Clear. Good old Brody and AC, baby.
We gotta turn this thing sideways. Yeah, it's probably not that. A little lower, Johnson. can't grease it. Can't turn it. There it is. Really good. It's a little easier to turn around. Alright, right now. Alright. Open like all that material, that clutch was definitely smoking. Jesus. I got a new bearing for it anyway, so. So this side really doesn't look that bad. Look at the other side. Holy cow! That thing is smoked! Man. Don't buy a cheap clutch if you're planning on drifting your car. Oh, wow. Look at that. All this material inside there just burned up. Look at all that. That's what you see now. Yeah, I know the rivets are about to wear out, bro. Oh, he's got maracas. You hear that? Jeez. That looks soft. Well, we got the motor mount out, or excuse me, not the motor mount, the engine. Working on some angle. Blink, and you would have missed it. So, what's the status of the motor now? It's in there. We're just making the final adjustments to make sure it's squared up, straight all the way back, and sitting level in the engine bay. So we can start putting the headers, drive shaft, put everything back together, and hopefully start it up maybe next weekend or so, maybe even tomorrow, and try to get it back on the road as soon as we can, so we can get some miles on a new clutch.
What'd you do with the angle?
So GK Tech makes some, basically they're just steering rack spacers. They shift the tie rod out an inch and forward an inch, so it doesn't bind up as much when it's turning, and hopefully it'll give it some more angle from stock.
All right, guys. So what's next?
Just making sure we lock down the motor mounts, trans mount, and then we can start buttoning everything up around the motor. You know, go ahead, get the fuel line hooked back up, get the headers put back on, and then just work our way forward and get everything plugged back in and plumbed up. And then we'll work our way back with the drive shaft and exhaust, and hopefully start it over just to make sure everything's good to go before we put everything back together for the last time.
All right, let's get it. All right, guys. So as you can see, we got the motor back in the vehicle sitting right.
Got everything all wired up and plumbed, radiator hoses all on. To be honest with you, we'll kind of let you down a little bit. Didn't get a whole lot of video when we first started it back up and drove it around. I've been driving it for the last couple weeks, just trying to make sure there's no bugs or anything weird before we take it to this event. Still a couple little things we got to do. We got to put the bumper on, straighten up some exhaust work so that we can make sure everything is sitting level and not riding on the ground the whole time. Aside from that, everything seems to be running good. Just need to double check a few things and before it's ready to go on the trailer next weekend.
Since we let you down on the official fire up whenever we first got this thing back together, let's go ahead and do a startup. It is manual, guys. It's just that neutral safety switch is not needed. Yeah, this thing's gonna rip. Breaking that clutch in currently. Alright guys, so we made it back. Big D took me to Walmart to pick up a fire extinguisher for the drift car that I'm trying to build and get finished. And also helps put some more miles on his clutch for breaking it in. Should be ready, but I mean, obviously just want to do it as much as possible. Alright guys, so we got the exhaust back on the car, got the hanger and all that squared away. Got the front bumper still on the car, or actually on the car. Hold on a second. I almost let them in on the secret of what I'm building, so I'm gonna have to, yeah. There's your shot of the front bumper, it's on. Just trust me on that one, okay? So sorry I can't show off, we know what I'm building, that video is not out yet. But anyway, thanks for sticking with us guys, and we'll see you at the track. Peace.